Welcome to the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio. We've got a fast-paced hour of fishing, hunting, and conservation covering the nation and the Northwest, including 13 extra minutes of local content you'll only hear on Seattle's Sports Radio 950 KJR.
Good morning. I'm glad you're here. We've got some great local content for you today. At the bottom of the hour, Bob Loomis from Max Lure is back, talking about some great places for both trout and kokanee around the Northwest you ought to fish, and the lure he would use at any of them. At the end of our program, we'll check in with Shelby Ross. He's the owner of Ross Outdoor Adventures out at Eastern Washington's Potholes Reservoir. He's going to tell us if the walleye bite is heating up and how things are looking for the duck and goose opener coming up in just a few weeks. Before we talk to them, though, let's tell you what's hot this week in the Pacific Northwest, brought to you by your Puget Sound area Sportsman's Warehouse stores, which have that handgun ammunition and .223 caliber ammunition that Walmart's not going to sell you. As a matter of fact, not only do they have that ammo, they've got it in a whole bunch of different varieties, too. So head to the Sportsman's Warehouse stores in Silverdale, Everett, Federal Way, and Puyallup and get the ammunition that Walmart's not going to sell you. This week, What's Hot is introducing a kid to the sport of hunting. Mark your calendars for next Saturday, the 28th, if you live in the South Sound, and take your kids, grandkids, nephews, nieces, neighborhood kids, or anyone else you want to introduce to fishing and hunting. The place to be is on East Canyon Road in Puyallup. That's the Tacoma Sportsmen's Club, and it's the location for WDFW's 5th annual National Hunting and Fishing Day celebration. Kids 17 and younger who attend the event with an adult can shoot firearms, archery equipment, and air rifles for free under the guidance of hunter ed instructors. There's also going to be a whole bunch of booths set up by conservation organizations and other exhibitors. There's going to be fun giveaways and door prizes. And on the fishing side, there's going to be casting practice, knot tying, and more. Should be a lot of fun for kids of all ages. By the way, be sure to bring your fishing pole if you attend this event in Puyallup, because Bradley Lake in Pierce County, it was planted about 12 days ago with 850 half-pound rainbow trout, and there should still be a whole bunch of them swimming around. Other youth hunting-related events you'll want to know about are actual hunts. Youth waterfowl hunting, something I enjoyed with my kids for years, takes place today in Western Washington and next Saturday in Eastern Washington for kids under 16 years of age with a daily limit of 6 birds. There's also a youth pheasant hunt taking place today and tomorrow throughout the state if you want to give both your kid and your dog some early season work. If you're looking for places to go, head to a state wildlife area near you. They probably won't be crowded at all for this hunt, and many of them will be planted with pheasants for this youth opener. Check the WDFW website, look for the webpage about pheasant releases, and find out exactly which wildlife areas will be planted. And remember, you have to use steel shot not only for duck hunting, but also when shooting on wildlife areas where pheasants are released. So, there you go. Whether you take your kid to the National Fishing and Hunting Day celebration in Puyallup or take them hunting for pheasants or ducks, this is your opportunity to introduce someone new to the great sport we love, and we do need new hunters if we want to keep our shared hunting heritage alive. So do your part. By doing so, you, sir or ma'am, will be what's hot this week in the Pacific Northwest.
That's your first local shot of the outdoors. Now let's see what's going on across the nation.
From well-known saltwater hotspots to hidden alpine lakes, learn the latest in tips, tackle, and techniques to help you catch more fish.
It's going to be a great show.
Northwest Fishing Reports, Sundays at 5 p.m. on Q13 Fox.
Are you an outfitter, sporting goods retailer, boat dealer, or someone else in the outdoors industry? If you are, you know targeted advertising works best, and what would work better than advertising with America Outdoors Radio? Our hour-long show is heard throughout Seattle, Everett, and the East Side every Saturday morning, and your message will be heard there too. Want to find out more? Contact me, John Cruz, through my website at AmericaOutdoorsRadio.com.
Ready for more local fishing and hunting? You got it. It's the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio, right here on Seattle's Sports Radio 950 KJR.
It's September, and it's time for a special Max Minute, brought to you by Max Lure Company. With us again, Bob Loomis. Always a pleasure, Bob.
Thank you, John.
So, let's play another one of these games that you hate. This time, it's going to be, let's talk about your favorite places to fish for both trout and kokanee, bodies of water where you'll find both. So, I'll start things off with Washington State. We'll talk about Conconully Reservoir, both the upper and lower reservoir. Both have great populations of kokanee. Both have great populations of trout. Name one in Idaho.
Priest Lake, Hayden Lake. I mean, there's a number of them that are good fisheries.
Oregon?
Wallowa.
Definitely.
Odell. Green Peter.
Okay. And let's head to Montana.
That's a good one.
I can't think of any kokanee lakes in Montana either.
Yeah, haven't got a whole heck of a lot when I think about it.
No, but there's lots of rainbows. And Georgetown Lake would be one that definitely would be on my list. And heading south to Wyoming, we'll go right to the border of Utah, and I know exactly what you're going to say.
Flaming Gorge.
Flaming Gorge, your favorite. Okay, so part two of this equation, the one lure. You'll use it all of these lakes if you want to catch both rainbow and kokanee in September, and why?
Well, the first thing I'm going to pick out is a Peewee Wiggle Hoochie. The Wiggle Hoochie is a lure that we have that has a plastic bill on the front like a crankbait. So what it does is it actually moves whatever you've got on it. We actually put a small squid body on it. They're all high UV squid bodies, and with that movement, you're attracting fish, especially this time of the year when fish are starting to put on the feed bag to, get ready for winter. So that added movement that you're getting out of that lure is really going to wind the fish up.
So if you're looking for a lure with lots of movement, a lure that'll work for both trout and kokanee, especially in September and October, consider the Peewee Wiggle Hoochie. You can find it at sporting goods stores all over the Northwest, and always find it online at maxlure.com.
Are you looking for a game changer to help you catch more trout, kokanee, and salmon? No problem. Just tie on Max Grip Lure. Cast it or troll it. Either way, its specially designed ring chamber emits a low-frequency vibration with its erratic movement. It will catch more fish and make them strike. Better still, the different colors for the lure can be matched to just about any fishery. Look for the Grip Lure from Max Lure Company at a sporting goods store near you, or go online at maxlure.com.
Cast and blast your way across eastern Washington's Columbia Basin this fall with guide Shelby Ross. Shelby is an expert when it comes to walleye and bass, and Shelby can also take you out on a field hunt for geese or out for a morning of duck hunting and a lunch of kebabs. Book now at potholesfishing.com. That's potholesfishing.com.
Don't leave yet. We've got one more local shot of fishing and hunting to wrap up the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio.
Before we go today, we're checking in with Shelby Ross, the owner of Ross Outdoor Adventures. Shelby, you're fishing Potholes Reservoir as we speak for walleye. How's it been going this morning?
We've had pretty steady action since about 8 o'clock, and got a couple nice walleye in the live well and some bluegill. We've released several bass, and so we've had good action. Not as many walleye as I'd like to see, but the day is young.
I know it was a frustrating summer because of high water in terms of the walleye fishing, but now that the water's finally coming down, do you anticipate that walleye fishing's going to be good from now through October?
We could start getting these cool nights, and that triggers the walleye bite for sure. It just triggers to them that winter's coming, and they start feeding up.
Let's change subjects and talk about duck and goose hunting. Did you go out for that early goose opener? And if so, how'd you do?
I did not hunt the early goose season. One of my guides did, and had a really successful morning Saturday morning, and quite a few birds in the area. I think they got 10 geese Saturday morning, and the hunt was over by 9 o'clock, and so that's a pretty successful early goose hunt.
I would agree. And you're out there every day. How's the local duck population doing? How do you expect it's going to be for the opener?
There are a lot of ducks in the area for this time of year, and every evening I'm in the yard with the dogs. There's 200 to 400 mallards that go over my house headed towards the wheat field, and That's not a normal deal for this time of year, and lots of odd species that we don't normally get to harvest that'll move on before our season, but cinnamon teal, blue-winged teal, several ocean-type birds that randomly move through the area that it's been a bird-watching paradise, I guess you could say.
Wow. All right. Well, folks, if you want to book a walleye trip or a duck or goose hunting trip or a combo trip, you can do so by going to rossoutdooradventures.com. I've been fishing. I've been hunting with Shelby. He's going to show you a great time. The website again, rossoutdooradventures.com. Shelby, thanks for the report and thanks for the preview.
You have a great day, John. Thank you.
That's all for this week, but don't worry. We'll do it all again next Saturday morning from 7 to 8, right here on Seattle's Sports Radio 950 KJR.